Tools. They're one of the great developmental victories of the human brain. They essentially let us use physics to make difficult tasks easy. We're not the only organisms on Earth to use them. For instance, orangutans use bamboo to scoop up water, and octopuses make little makeshift octopus cabanas out of shells. But by and large, tools are a distinctly human achievement. Without them, we couldn't make hydroelectric dams and jet skis and limited edition figurines. And today, we're going to use them to learn something about how kids are educated here in the United States. I'm Mark Guiney, a producer at the Heritage Foundation, and this is PolicyLAB. We put our test subjects at a table with a simple task and a couple of tools at their disposal. They were told to accomplish this task with only one simple rule. You can only use the tool physically closest to you.
Okay, challenge accepted.
Am I allowed to just hit it on the table?
Just got these.
Oh, I want to hit you!
I mean,
I opened it.
I think mine is harder than yours.
Oh boy.
Oh, is this a race?
Alright, you're going a lot faster, but I don't have yogurt on my face. I'll just play.
We're supposed to do it with a pickle.
Well, a cucumber, technically.
Does our insurance plan cover me if I try to open with my teeth?
Doesn't cover idiot.
I don't think this is possible.
yeah, no.
I feel like it's cheating if I just like move this to the side.
I don't look, man. I tried.
Now
I
this
really
is
tried hard.
The closest tool.
This poor cucumber never stood a chance.
Obviously, you can only use the tool physically closest to you is an arbitrary and frustrating rule. But in a lot of places in the United States, it's the rule that governs where you can send your kid to school.
If you've ever met more than one child, you know that every child is different and has unique learning needs. This even applies to children in the same family, which is why many families will place siblings in different school settings. And yet, this can be pretty hard to do. In most states, children are assigned to whatever district school is closest to where their parents can afford to live, regardless of whether or not that school is the right fit for them. You go to school based on where you live, period. That's it. Sure, you can send your child to a private school, but that's only available to families who can pay twice. Once in taxes for the public school, and a second time in private school tuition. For many families, especially those of the lowest income, this just isn't possible. We need to move toward options where families, not government, make choices about the best learning environment for their children. In the world of public policy, we call this education choice, or sometimes school choice. Education choice is not about getting rid of public education. It's about rethinking how it works. In the current system, individuals pay local, state, and federal taxes. These taxes are then sent to public schools based on student enrollment. Student enrollment is based on the number of students assigned to that school, which is determined by the neighborhood in which they live. But with school choice, instead of attaching money to a school, you attach money to students. That money then follows the student to whatever school she attends, public, private, charter, online, or a hybrid of those options. So how do schools get funding under this model? By attracting students to their school by meeting the needs of families. This isn't how we're used to thinking about school, but the research on it is pretty conclusive. It works. Student academic achievement, graduation rates, safety, satisfaction, character development, rates of volunteer service, tolerance of others. All of these outcomes improve under education choice. and low-income families are the biggest beneficiaries. So why does it work? The success of school choice can be derived from 3 foundational principles. First, subsidiarity. It's a big word, but a simple idea. Local problems are best solved by local people. Who do you want writing about your hometown's history or its best local restaurants? Some state or national government official who's never even been there? Or local residents who know the community and what makes it tick? In the same way, families, not government officials, should determine what school is the right fit for their child. Second, competition. In order to be successful, schools have to attract students. And that means they have to meet the needs of students and families. Teachers and administrators who help students succeed are in demand, recognized, and rewarded accordingly. Rather than being trapped in assigned schools, students can vote with their feet, choose a school that's the right fit for them, and have their dollars follow them to their new school or education option of choice. Third, accountability to parents. When families are the ones making decisions about education, schools must be open and responsive to their needs. Families, not government officials, should be in the driver's seat when it comes to determining where and how their children are educated. School choice improves educational outcomes across the board, and that is something we can all get behind.
Subscribe to the Heritage Foundation YouTube channel, where you can find more episodes of PolicyLAB and all kinds of content about government, policy, and society without going nuts. Safety first.
All right, I need a little more arc. Come on.
There we go.
Kobe! There it is, baby.